I recently made one of the biggest decisions of my photography journey. I bought the Hasselblad X2D II. To give you an idea of how big this was for me, the camera cost about the same as a Chanel bag I've always dreamed of owning. But when I thought about it, it only made sense. The two things that bring me the most joy in life are scuba diving and photography isn't just my passion, it's how I make a living for my family. So instead of a luxury handbag, I invested in a tool that would help me create even more beautiful work. It all started when I was chatting with Bobby Tonelli and Robbie about the grand opening of the first Hasselblad store in Southeast Asia, located in Singapore. There were rumors flying around that the event would also mark the launch of the much-anticipated X2D II. Naturally, I knew I had to be there. As someone who had been shooting with the original X2D for quite a while, I was well aware of its limitations, especially when it came to newborn photography, and I was eager to see how the new version would improve on them. After managing to get on the guest list, I sold most of my previous cameras and lenses, a bittersweet move, since they had served me well, but needed to make way for this next step. As we flew to Singapore, I couldn't help but feel nervous. I didn't know if the camera would actually be launched that day, how much it would cost, or even if any units would be available for purchase. There were so many unknowns, but deep down I had this feeling that this camera and I were meant to be. When I arrived at the event, it was everything I hoped for and more. The atmosphere was electric, from the lively lion dance performances to the sleek showcase of the X2D II. Every detail reflected the brand's elegance. There were hands-on sessions, passionate photographers sharing their excitement, and even a special appearance by Simon Yam, which made the occasion even more memorable. And then, finally, came the moment I had been waiting for, the chance to hold and purchase my very own X2D II. It felt surreal. My first photo session with the camera was nothing short of thrilling. Before taking it to a client shoot, I wanted to familiarize myself with its handling and performance. The first thing I noticed was the design. I absolutely love the graphite gray color with its matte finish. It feels refined yet modern. The grip has also been improved, making it more comfortable to hold during long sessions, and the slightly lighter body makes a subtle but noticeable difference. The textured, leather-like material gives it a premium feel, blending vintage charm with modern functionality. One small detail that surprisingly stood out to me was the new orange button on the body. It might seem minor, but design matters. That tiny pop of orange adds just the right touch of personality without being overwhelming. The addition of two custom buttons, including a new joystick, makes it easier and faster to adjust focus. Something that's incredibly helpful during newborn sessions where every moment counts. The most noticeable performance improvement for me was the autofocus speed. It's noticeably faster and more reliable than the previous version. I tested it with my 65mm lens, which is one of Hasselblad's older models, and even though the new continuous autofocus feature isn't compatible with that lens, the difference in speed was still clear. When I tried the newer 55mm lens, the continuous autofocus worked flawlessly, smooth, accurate, and impressively responsive. That lens is now at the top of my wish list. The autofocus system itself has become much more versatile. You can choose between different focus modes like spot, expanded spot, custom, or wide. It also includes subject detection for humans, cats, dogs, and even vehicles, which is a huge plus for portrait and pet photographers. For newborn photography, the ability to fine-tune focus quickly and precisely makes all the difference. Another small, but meaningful upgrade is the base ISO, now set at 50 instead of 64. It might sound like a minor change, but it results in cleaner image files with better dynamic range, especially in the highlights. The new flipped screen is also a game changer. The older X2D could only tilt 70 degrees upward, which was decent but limiting. The Mark II now flips a full 90 degrees up, allowing true waist-level shooting, and it tilts 42 degrees down, which is perfect for top-down shots. Exactly what I need for photographing newborns. When I previewed my images on the camera's display, I immediately noticed that they looked less contrasty and more balanced compared to the older model. The image quality itself feels like a significant leap forward. The tonal transitions between shadows and highlights are incredibly smooth, with no harsh spots or blown-out areas. The level of detail is astonishing. You can see individual strands of hair, fabric textures, and even the fine pores of the skin. It's the kind of clarity that makes you pause and admire the craftsmanship behind every frame. What makes this camera so special is not just the technical excellence, but how it captures emotion and realism. Every image feels alive, holding on to the tiniest details that make a memory truly authentic. As a photographer who works with families and newborns, I value those subtle nuances, the softness of baby skin, the delicate wisps of hair, the little gestures that define a fleeting moment. The X2D Mark II captures all of that with breathtaking precision. Looking at the results from my first session, I felt an overwhelming sense of satisfaction. This isn't just a piece of equipment, it's an investment in the way I tell stories and preserve memories. I can already see how it will elevate the quality of my work and give my clients something truly special. This camera represents more than just an upgrade, it's a milestone in my journey as a photographer. I chose it over a luxury item not because it's expensive, but because it aligns with my purpose: to create meaningful, lasting images that capture life in its most honest form. I'm excited to keep exploring its capabilities and sharing more of the results in the future. The Hasselblad X2D Mark II has already inspired me to push my creativity further, and I can't wait to see where it takes me next.